First season in the IPL, we have a wide Yorker field set, exactly the data that you're talking about. We've got sweeper cover, we've got deep point, we've got a short third man, and now first ball, he bowls to MS, he slams it for a single to deep point. He's back on strike third ball, he slams it in between sweeper and deep point and goes for 2 runs. He's back on strike. Now Sam, I go up to Sam, I'm standing in short third, I go up to Sam and I ask Sam, what do you think? We've got square leg and short fine leg up, right? MS doesn't scoop. So Sam says, that's good, it's a great plan, I'll keep going there. I just walk away and I come back and I ask Sam Curran, can you bowl a bouncer to him? Because I've been with MS Dhoni for a long time. He reads play. He gets to your head. He wins the battle when you think MS Dhoni's got me. He wins the battle when he thinks this is where you will deliver the ball. He's ready for it. He's powerful. He's a beast. I say bowl a bouncer at him. And he says, I've got square leg up. It's a huge risk. I say, go for it. 185 or 189 doesn't matter. Go for it. He bowls a bouncer. MS is hit on the arm because he's rating for the wide Yorker and it goes for a single. And Sam delivers a last over which is not gone for many. We win the game. That's a great learning for me. Because somebody's mind is way more powerful than just their skill. If MS knew it was a short ball or he was blank in his head, he would have pumped that 10 rows outside the ground. But he was thinking wide Yorker and he got a double bluff at the right moment. Just to give you the other one, if MS had hit the previous ball for a boundary, I wouldn't have asked Sam to do that.
There's an interesting one as well, which another very astute observer of the game, Michael Hussey, told me. He said he was watching videos the day before a CSK game. They were playing against Rashid Khan. And he said he saw something that suggested which one's going to come in and which one's going to go out. So he says now as a batter, as being someone who's been a very good batter himself, but is now a batting coach, he said all it was playing in my mind, should I tell them what I have seen or should I not tell them? Because if I tell them, am I occupying their mind? Is it the right time to tell them, not to tell them? Then he said, I would be letting myself down if I don't share my observation with the batter. So he shared the observation. MS Dhoni has got that observation in his head. He sees what's coming at him, plays down the wrong line. He goes back and tells Hussey, next time I'll draw my own conclusions. It's a player, Okay, let me ask you to analyze one other bit of data.
Can I address that?
Yeah.
Very often, we need to understand we live life on our terms. Very often, people shoot off other people's shoulders. I don't think you need to take offense for that. When we've had a bad day, when we fail, we are allowed to fail. Which is the question Rahul Dravid asked me when he was a coach, right? We had a great relationship. He asked me, should I go and say this? I said, just operate from your own intelligence. If you want to go and tell, please go and tell. If somebody fails, it's their problem. Because as a cricketer, as a professional, 100% used. See, as a coach, if I'm not doing my duty, it's about the time, right, Harsha? It's about the intervention. If I'm at the net, and if I say this, wanting to use it or putting it in the closet is an individual choice. It has nothing to do with Mike Hussey, it has nothing to do with MS Dhoni. It's just the way you look at life. And I feel your insecurity always occupies a higher space because you believe what you have today is going to be with you for the rest of your life.
Oh, Ashwin.
It's their problem. Because as a cricketer, as a professional, 100% used. See, as a coach, if I'm not doing my duty, it's about the time, right, Harsha? It's about the intervention. If I'm at the net, and if I say this, wanting to use it or putting it in the closet is an individual choice. It has nothing to do with Mike Hussey, it has nothing to do with MS Dhoni. It's just the way you look at life. And I feel your insecurity always occupies a higher space because you believe what you have today is going to be with you for the rest of your life.
Oh, Ashwin. Not agree accordingly. But there was data coming up that we have now...
That's their pressure handling mechanism. We as a cricketing community, what have we done in terms of enabling these players overcome this pressure and be in a prime performing situation or a position to be able to consume these data and say, hey, you know what? I've studied to be in the examination. It's a 3-hour examination. I'll watch the question, I'll answer it. I'll watch the question, I'll answer it. Do you ever go into an examination and say, this is my answer, a plus b the whole square is still 10? You don't do that. You look at the question, you answer it. Cricketers don't find themselves in the situation in a game to be able to answer the question that's posed in front of them. They answer every single question the same way that they know to answer. And several times you get away with it because you think you have the primary skill to counter that. Just to throw you, it is an unfair world. It is an unfair world. The batters, right, they get cocooned. The bowlers don't. You will find Akashdeep not playing another test match because he didn't get enough wickets in Australia. But you'll never find another batter who's not made enough runs, not play another game for India. That is exactly why Australia is a dominant force in world cricket and Indians aren't. Even though we have everything, I still think Australia are a dominant force because they know where their roots are and they know bowlers are their main guys who will win them test matches, who will win them tournaments. The day we get there, bowlers will start consuming data way better than they do. You talk right now, playing a cricket of something else, is a cricket of dreams. I always wanted to play as a player in such a team. We've been way too conservative as a batting unit over the last decade or so, and they're redefining that, and it's so amazing to watch. But people will put people on work to be able to see how to tackle these guys. And that's when I'd be intrigued to see whether this modern generation of cricketers are able to, shake themselves and say, I'll find new ways. By then, probably in the next decade or so, I think we will have a lot more intervention.
But you are the perfect non-striker.
Has it been an learning thing?
No. I was the one thing I was very aware of was my limitations all through my life. When I batted in senior division cricket, I tried to be the non-striker as often as I could. And that helped. We put together long partnerships because I was non-striker most of the time, and that helps too. Okay, so here we go. It's come down from 8:26 to 7 already. Toughest batter.
Well, I've requested both the gentlemen to stay back on stage because as a token of our appreciation, renowned artist